Hey guys, here's just a little short course about how to send hundreds of DMs per day with Immerse Outreach or manually. So, before we get started, you need to understand how many we can send for which types of Instagram accounts. So, first there's an aged account, which typically is a year or more old. So you can send 40 to 60 DMs per day. I've gotten away with 100, but Instagram says that you're only allowed up to 40. But it really depends on how sort of human Instagram finds you to be. But I would stick around 40 if you don't want your account to get banned. New accounts, so they're 2 to 1 months old. You kind of just want to be active and do human behavior like reels, like posts, comment on things, and send 25 or less. And then fresh accounts, which are like just newly made accounts. You shouldn't really do anything or no automation just yet. Just stick with manual DMs. And then you have sending 100 per day. So this is kind of our first stage. So it would be 700 per week of sending, and with a 1% booking rate, that's 7 calls per week, and that's about 30 calls per month. So the requirements is you'll need 2 accounts where you're sending maybe 35, and 30. Sorry, that's for 3 accounts. So 2 accounts, you'd be sending 50 and 50. But I'd recommend having 4 accounts, and I'll get to how you can get aged accounts for relatively cheap in a second. And you also need an Immerse Outreach account, obviously. So how to do it? You want to find 20 to 100 plus hashtags in your niche. So these are Instagram hashtags, which are pretty easy to find just on Instagram. You can search up things like, if you're in the house improvement niche, then you can search up USA house improvement if you want them in the US. And then you go scroll over in the mobile version and go into tags, and you can find plenty more just like them. And then you can start scraping and finding loads of accounts. You can also scrape as many leads as you want from each hashtag, or even profiles. So if your niche is ecom, then you could go to a profile like Dropship, because they've got about 1 million followers, I think, now, and scrape their followers, and that's just tons of people you can scrape, which would be brilliant. And then you'd start a campaign. Say you had 4 accounts that you're sending 25 on each, and you scraped 100 in each of these hashtags. Then you'd scrape 4 hashtags for 100, set them all up, and then after 4 days, it would all be sent, and then you'd do it again. You'd keep repeating. Then we're scaling. This is for scaling. This is really when you have some money built up and you actually have clients. So it'd be pretty easy. After sending 100 per day for a month, then you could honestly get up to this stage. It really depends how much you're selling your service for. So for this, you may need to be in multiple niches, or in the near future, we'll have more lead scrapers and mass DM tools for more platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, emails, and SMS, and many other places. At the moment, we're working on Twitter, and as soon as that's done, we'll start working on LinkedIn, and then possibly Facebook. So this, you'd be sending 7K per week, 28,000 to 31,000 per month, with 1% booking rate. That's 280 to 310 calls per month, which is a crazy amount, and you probably won't be able to get to all of those calls. So what you'll need is a sales team to get through all of those, which is why it's so important to have some money for this stage. Although you can put them on a commission base, so that makes it a bit easier and a bit cheaper. So you could honestly start this scaling part just if you're really confident with your service and everything, then you definitely could start this pretty early, and you just need some money. That's all. Because you will also need VAs to do a lot of this and to manage the accounts. And they are pretty cheap. You could probably get them for $5 an hour. I'm not really sure. I haven't used VAs much, but you can find them on Upwork really easily and just do a job post. And then again, you need an Immerse Outreach account, and you'll need about 20 to 40 accounts for this. So that's 10x what we had back here. So you must set these accounts up as customer service accounts. You probably need to do that back here too, but it doesn't matter too much. Or as fake people who work at your company, and I'll get into that a bit more. So you have to be constantly finding tons of hashtags and ways to find leads. If you can find hashtags with millions of posts with lots of accounts on them, or accounts with 1 million followers that are potential clients, then that will last you a while and will make outreach very easy and cheap. However, if you do not, you may have to hire someone to constantly find these hashtags and these new leads every week. Keep in mind, soon we will have a very large database with about 1 billion leads in it. They'll all be LinkedIn leads, I believe, and they should come out at the end of December 2023 or at the start of January 2024. So with the VAs, you need to teach them or send them a video about how to use the software and what they need to do. It's probably best with a video, so then you can just send them all the video and you don't have to hop on a call with each and every one, or you could have them all on a call. Depends what you want to do. Then send them their accounts and they can start the campaigns, and then after they're finished, they'll start again and they'll just repeat that process. Now, raising your conversion rate. To get a better conversion rate, it depends on the quality of your script, and I'll go over a script building course in another video pretty soon. But for now, you or your VA should keep track of what scripts you are using and their conversion rates, and try out different scripts to see what gets you the highest amount of book calls. Some people can even get a call for every 5 DMs they send out. So if you send out 1,000 messages per day, you'll get 200 calls a day and 6,200 calls per month, which is crazy. And you probably shouldn't aim for it because it'll just be way too much business you're getting. Now, the best way to track the conversion rate is with this the metrics tracker here. So you'd get your VAs to fill in how many messages they sent. So maybe they sent or they would send maybe 25 on one account, and then they replied and they sent pitches to 10, and they booked one, and they went on one call. Maybe they even got a sale and it was $100. And then here you would put in the script, just like that. But yeah, and then that would show up here on the dashboard too, with everything that happened in the month. And then you could get your VAs to get back to you every week with all the recordings and see what scripts are working, and keep continuing good scripts. Maybe try out some others, just to see what works best. Now, to get aged accounts or tons of fresh accounts, go to bulk accounts buy. You can get 10 aged accounts, which are like 4 to 5 years old. You can get them for $24. That's USD. Or you can message me on Discord. My username is Limilem, and I can set up 10 accounts for you. I'll set up their profile, add your videos, and connect them to your Immerse Outreach account for $50. Or if you message me saying 10 off, then I will do it for 40. And also, you don't have to buy the accounts, we do it for you. Now, how to set up the accounts. there are two ways to set it up: using your logo and changing the name of your your main account for each account you create. So say your main account was called Immerse.ai, then you'd make a new one and you'd call it Immerse_AI or Immerse_underscore AI full stop. And just changing it over and over, you can maybe even add some numbers, but it just looks messy and it's not that good, and people probably won't think that you're that human. Then the next thing is to upload some videos to show that you're a real person. With video with your face in it, makes it more reliable for people who you're outreaching to, and they think that you're more of a human. And then the last thing to do is to add all of the accounts and verify them all on Immerse Outreach on the Outreach accounts page. Then the second option is to upload a photo of a fake person or a real person who works in your agency. Then give them a fake or their real name and say that they work for your business in the bio. So it'll say, I work at Immerse.ai, for example. Then you add the videos. Doesn't have to have them in it, but if it has a face like the CEO's face and they say, hey, in the video they say, hey, I'm the CEO of Immerse AI, and then you just continue with the video. Be pretty good. And then adding and verifying them onto the outreach accounts in Immerse Outreach. And that's basically it. So if you have any questions, let me know. This whole document will also be in the course. You'll be able to download it. And if you need help setting up the accounts, please message me. And yeah, that's it.